it yet
library.
either.
I haven't even read the first one yet, so shh.
So read the first one. Don't
Yes.
listen to Gear. The first one's delightful. The second one's gotten mixed reviews, so I've been hesitant to read it,
And
but
I've
I'm
been told
definitely
it has a
going
really
to.
good cliffhanger,
It's
which
in
means
my
I'm not
it's in
sure
my
I want
Kindle.
to.
It's in my Kindle. I'll get to it eventually. I can report back. But yeah, don't listen to it. The first book's great. It's fine.
It's all fine. It's gonna be fine.
Sure. It'll be Portia fine.
Chris doesn't have a soul, so that's why he doesn't like things. It's fine. Nothing sticks.
Portia Fine is kind of chaotic, so do we really want that?
Yep.
I really, really, really
Yep.
love the crown for you this episode, though. It just makes it even better.
I was told I didn't have to wear it at Waterdeep, or at Cause, but I do have to wear it on Waterdeep.
Absolutely. If you were still Lulu, you'd have to wear it in cause, but
Valid. But no, we're killing Lulu, remember?
Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. Either way that ends, I will be probably in tears one way or another when
I
we
have a
get there.
feeling it's just going to be the end of Curse of Strahd. We're all going to be crying
We're all
if
gonna
we make it.
die and cry.
I think if that campaign like actually completes, you might get a tear out of me.
We have to complete it though.
I know, right?
That's correct. You have to complete it though.
Okay, so when we get towards the end, we'll just all have to know that we need to fly to wherever this house is that they're getting and crash
Tears
the
of
basement.
disbelief. That's going to be the tears of disbelief.
My back is really killing me today.
Uh-oh. Do you need to go get a heating pad? I have a heating pad on my
I might need
back
to.
today.
Looks like Cephalopod's still packing up from a convention, so no
No, right?
no Irish love tonight.
Aw.
Oh no.
Well, that depends on how Irish Leaf is, or how Irish he's feeling.
Is
Leaf
Irish
is
a feeling?
Leaf is not Irish. I would say he is old British.
That's the thought process I have in my head.
Yeah. If I had to put a region on him, old British.
Like old, noble, stuffy British.
Yeah. Definitely stuffy.
I was like, the dynamic between Leaf and Portia, he chastises her and she just does it anyway.
Well, yeah, because she's a brat.
Yeah. I came to that conclusion this week. Think
Yeah, I
about
love
it.
that she figured out. She's like, everybody just lets Portia do whatever she wants. And I was like,
No,
yes,
Portia
bitch.
just does it.
Yes. Where
Oh
was the
man.
question mark?
Oh,
It
hey,
was
looks like
more of a realization thing.
looks like our cameras and things have kind of settled down. We're all in the greens again.
Woo.
So, who wants to give the
35.
recap of what happened last time?
Gray salad fight, because I wrote salad instead of slod.
I
Just
did
saying.
too. I wrote ow bad salad.
I know it's
What?
slod, but I'm looking back.
Ow bad salad.
Oh my gosh.
And then, so I have gray salad fight with sickly Nemos is how I wrote that down.
No,
A portal arch with key dragon mouth. Portia moves to feeds more to her sword instead because yeah, she just does. Tegan tries to teleport us out, or tries, and there's apparently a voice that laughs at us and says, haha, yeah, not no, and then the magic fails. So we head our way back up towards Troll Skull, and apparently there's been imposters, so they've got like sheets with everybody's pictures on, which is interesting. Remy very confused. And I have in here Remy running dragged by Feist. I'm like, that's valid for most of that episode. Apparently, we were down there for quite a few days, so now we're at this table, and there's a ghost kitty Echo for Feist, and Feist is like, I love my cat, and Remy's trying to figure out what's going on, but then there's like, and then I just have my notes, Harvey and Bacon Bourbon, and I'm like, okay. And then, yep, Garrus leaves to dance, I got that down, and then goes to take off his heavy armor and all this stuff, and somehow makes it up the stairs and back down. Passphrase is not Leaf is awesome, even though that's what I wrote down. Very sad that it's not Leaf is awesome. Yeah, apparently Garrett has a kilt. Those were my interesting notes.
Gare has a sexy kilt, but
Okay.
yes.
I will
Aside
add that
from
note.
Yeah, that's basically all I have too. Oh, and Feist has her cat.
Well,
Or technically, it's not their cat this time around.
the
Feist has
tavern has the
tavern
cat.
cat.
Feist
But
is playing
Echo
with
is
the tavern
back.
cat.
Yeah, Feist has definitely claimed this cat. It is Feist's cat now. Feist is
Try
going
to
to take
tell
the cat up
Feist
to
that
their
it's
room.
not Feist's cat.
No, yeah. Try and tell Feist it's not their cat. Good luck. They've
All Remy knows
drunkenly
it is
adopted
Feist's
now.
cat.
Sexy kilt. And 2 people know the super secret passphrase to get upstairs. Pecocalo. A fun word. I liked it.
Say it again.
Pecocalo. Pecocalo. Forgot what language I used to base that off of,
Elvish.
but
Hey,
well, I mean it's supposed to be Elvish, but
I need to smoke tallow. Yeah.
why are you so
Was
quiet
that
in
said
this
to
game?
everybody who was at the table or to just the people who went upstairs?
I don't
Only
know
the
why
2
I act
people who
like-
went upstairs know
Okay.
that.
You are quieter in this game, Miranda. Why?
See, it's not just me who thinks that. I had to turn her up to 100%. She was at 82 for Curse of Strahd.
Oh, she was
You're
at
really
100
quiet
and-
for me this game too, Kat. I don't know what it is about Curse of Strahd where you're louder.
Oh god, now you're loud again. Jesus.
Because I'm talking normal now. I was whispering to myself before.
Oh, okay. I gotta
Okay,
turn you down a
talk
little
normal
too.
then.
Fuck.
Jeez.
You
Okay,
guys should
wait.
know by now my tone and fluctuates. If I sound quiet, give it about 5 minutes and my loud ass will come back with on a
Hey,
wrecking
let's
ball.
let's keep the loud ass. Jeez.
Am I actually quiet? Do I need to fix something? Because I'm
No.
afraid it might be my webcam picking up my sound again.
You're good.
It's not your
Me at least.
webcam.
Okay.
I have you at the normal volume of 72.
Okay. I'll
And you
squawk
sound
and make sure
fine.
that's way too loud later.
For
I
some reason you were
can
really loud
server
at
mute you,
Curse.
no big deal.
Yeah, you're at 87 for me.
Oh man, I wish they would fix this music bug. Just because I clicked off a Foundry doesn't mean I want the music to go away. Or there's a setting in Chrome that I can do. Look at that later. Uh-oh. Why am I being invaded? Oh. Good luck. You're beautiful. I love you.
Love you.
Don't fall. Cool. So, we my cards are all messed up. We left off with somebody dancing and somebody pouting
Hmm.
and a lot of people drinking. A lot of people drinking a lot of new things. And I'm sorry I'm still not done with the new updated map. You don't have it yet. But place is packed. If you recall, I guess some of you do. Old Leaf is back. And with that means super good food, lines out for fucking ever. And yeah, we ended up with Gerhardt, who strangely did as what was requested of him, got cleaned up and changed into something a little bit more appropriate for the evening, and came back downstairs and is dancing with Leaf. Now, Gerhardt is sauced. He's had almost an entire bottle of gin by himself. And so his steps are a little bit more exaggerated and not as precise as sober Gerhardt would have been. Not that sober Gerhardt is any better of a dancer. That's not what this is about. He's just letting it go with the flow, and very much like as soon as there's a possibility of like Gerhardt overstepping, suddenly there's another leaf to help compensate and push Ger back into position. And throughout this dance, it's basically Gerhardt as the cream filling of a 3-leaf cookie here. Because some of you may remember from the first part of the first campaign, Leaf is an Echo Knight, so he summons echoes of himself. So they, they're not around for very long, but they're around long enough to get something taken care of. So there's this dance happening that after about a minute, like people the dance floor move. And like this really becomes like a focus, a point for the people still here to just watch. It's not every day that anybody sees Leaf doing something other than cooking and telling the staff what to do. And then for the fact there are 3 of him suddenly surrounding one person, and that one person totally doesn't mind, is all in it, it's all in for it. Like it just becomes the spectacle, if you will. And fucking Adnan's just killing it over there with the other bards, just bringing the roof down. It's just a good time. After about 3 minutes of that song and this dance, and the 2 echoes of Leaf begin to fade, Gerhardt, I'm going to need you to give me a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
Ooh.
Oh, if you throw up on his shoes, none of us will forgive you.
Alright, Constitution save with disadvantage.
Constitution save disadvantage.
Holy
Oh!
shit.
Boom.
That guy's like, fuck this. Maximum effort. I am not losing this night. So when the dance ends, things are a little spinny. But what isn't spinny is your eyes on Leaf. The room is spinning, but Leaf's face just is not. And before you know it, you are sitting back down at the table as he has guided you back down, and he goes, "That was my first dance in about 300 years, so thank you."
Yeah, it was. You are quite good. That's yes. I am. Yes.
I'm gonna have some water sent over here. I think you need to sober up a little bit. Your
Oh,
eyeballs are
perhaps.
kind of spinny, but
Then you should have some gin, clearly.
gin is not my drink, but thank you.
Water is not a bad idea. But maybe we dance again.
I would like that. Leaf kind of leans inward into the table, looking down at. Does anybody else need anything else while I get up?
Nope.
good, thanks.
All right. Leaf stands up and disappears into the crowd.
That is a very attractive man.
Who? Licks their eyeball.
Leaf.
Ah.
That is a good name too. I like this. This is a good place. Drinks the rest of the gin.
I think you've been here before. Licks
Yeah.
their eyeball again.
Yeah, of course, but this is, very attractive.
Are you gonna make an egg?
What?
Are you gonna make an egg?
I don't think that's quite how it works.
It is an interesting question. Maybe.
Okay. I think an egg will be hard to carry with us when we're down, so we might have to leave it with the rest of the kits, okay? Licks their
Yeah.
eyeball.
Sense. Yeah.
The kids will teach them. They're older.
Your metaphor is not what I was expecting.
What? What's a metaphor? Still petting their cat.
It is an idea wearing another idea's hat.
Why do ideas are wearing hats? Oh, I have an idea. Feist is gonna scamper off and go try and find paper and something to write with. So they're gonna look in Leviathan for where they hold stuff. And if they can find something, they're gonna start writing stuff down.
Do you have stuff in your bag of holding?
I feel like Feist always has something to write stuff down with because they have always got ideas. But if not, they're gonna go run behind the counter and look for where they've seen paper and stuff stashed before.
So the tavern is not what you used like at the entire inside is completely different than the last time you were
Oh,
here.
Feist's not thinking; they're just doing.
Okay.
Taking their eyeball and going to look for things to write with because they've had an idea with a hat.
Oh my gosh.
No. Is this a normal occurrence around here?
No, Gearhart doesn't normally lay eggs.
That's not what I meant. Okay, thanks.
Your heart doesn't normally lay eggs.
Gerhard is gonna have one hell of a hangover and not know anything about what you talk about tomorrow morning when it comes to eggs.
I don't know if Feist
my
will remember
gosh.
either.
That's
Feist doesn't
hilarious.
really drink.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh.
I like Dan's face just
You know
over
what?
in the corner, like, oh god.
I'm happy to say like part of Smith's tools would be some kind of
feel
way
like
to
a little
design stuff.
Thing to,
I feel like
write
there'd be
stuff
some
down.
kind of small paper or something with Smith's tools. So we're gonna say, yeah, you got something.
Because I kind of envision Feist always traveling with like a little thing that they can write stuff down when they have ideas or like make modifications to Leviathan. So they'll
Yeah,
jump in and
yeah.
kind of get stuck halfway, so their little tail is like sticking out, and they're just gonna start doodling with the like cat sitting on their ass, hanging out of Leviathan, and just start doodling their ideas down.
Okay. So after about, well, you guys, time doesn't really mean much to you guys. Remy might be the only one since they are not drinking who knows the passage of time right now. So for Remy, about like 8 or so minutes later, Leaf is coming back. There's that same serving woman, Susan, is following him, and then behind her is this short halfling individual that's got the strange red button-up shirt with white flowers all over it. These like blue shorts that only come up to their knees, and they've got like these socks that they're wearing really long socks for wearing shorts, and they've got flip-flops on. A close to the face beard that's bright white, and then a bit of salt and pepper short hair that's just got a little bit of a tuft in the front. And he is carrying a tray over. Susan's carrying a tray over, and then Leaf is also bringing a tray over. And with their Leaf is setting down different pitchers and some cups around, and then Susan comes over and she's setting down in front of everybody about a 3-inch tall slice of chocolate cake that has a strawberry, a raspberry, and a blackberry just down the center of each slice as they set these slices of cake in front of everybody.
And then the foot. More food.
I'm back at the table. Remy's the homie.
And then behind, as Susan like cleans up other plates and walks off, then that halfling shows up, and on his tray, he seems to have this silver pitcher contraption that seems to have a small burner under it, and he's got also on that tray. It looks like some kind of ceramic, maybe 1.5-inch, 2-inch tall cups that have a little bit of a handle to them, coffee cups, as he sets down a coffee cup in front of everybody and pours coffee to go with the chocolate cake for everybody. Then he and Leaf both sit down at the table and are also, and Leaf goes, this, my friend Jonathan here made this cake, and we are the first ones to try it, so have a bite, take a drink of the coffee to go with it. I think you'll enjoy the flavors a little bit better. And that in front of you, Gerhardt, is an entire pitcher of fruity water. A little bit of flavor to it to bring you back to your senses.
Wow, good Liebchen. And Gerhardt's gonna just like quaff a lot of water. It's water o'clock.
Fair enough. Chocolate cake is moist, delicious, fucking perfect, and like the bitterness of the chocolate and the sweetness of the fruit pair well with the coffee. The coffee's not too strong. It seems like there's this very delicate balance here. Like it was made to go together. They're like by themselves, like each of them is kind of like the coffee's almost bland and the cake's almost overpowering, but when you put them together, it is perfect. It's almost like Jonathan knows what the fuck he's doing when it comes to magical taste buds.
Is coffee like a thing in
No.
Waterdeep, or is this something specific to
It's something
Jonathan that he brought in?
And
So
coffee
we have
is
no idea what
so-
bean butter is.
Leaf has made something he has called coffee, but as far as like outside of the tavern or in other places, nobody else has a coffee. They have like a really bitter tea, but not a true coffee, not a true bean.
Okay.
So this is going to be unique to here.
Mm.
This is delicious.
So
I think I'm gonna be dunking my cake in the coffee and eating
That's
it and still drinking.
100. That's fun.
There's chocolate all over my notebook now.
Hands feist more napkins.
You'll see Leaf like wave down another one of the servers and whisper something over. Within like about 2 or 3 minutes, that individual has a plate and a cup and is taking it to the stage to set in front of Adnan.
All right, Adnan's
Oh,
playing.
yeah.
I didn't
Adnan's
write that
playing music.
down.
Yeah. Leaf ever the server, making sure everybody he can see is being fed.
Is there an extra piece of cake where Portia was sitting or not?
There is that would be wasteful. So no,
Okay.
there's not a piece there. That's
Aside
not
from
to say that
Portia's
if
cake.
Portia does come back down, that there wouldn't suddenly quickly be one. But as of right now, no, there's not.
Well, Remy was going to steal one to share with Feist if Portia had a cake and wasn't here, so. It's probably a good
Everybody
one
got a
for her to
piece.
I
Who's
like
down
how
here?
you think. I like how
Come,
you
Remy,
think.
steal my fucking cake.
Remy's a
What
homie.
the fuck?
Well, this is delicious,
Hey!
and I don't eat things like this on a
You know
daily
what?
basis.
I
You
picked
pouch, you
it.
lose. What are you gonna do?
I didn't steal your cake. It wasn't there. It was just a
News
thought.
you lose, princess.
Yeah, if you're not here to claim it, it's not your cake.
I don't share anything very well.
So as you guys are having the cake and the coffee, Leaf goes, so, tell me what you all have been doing since I left you almost 5 months ago now.
Oh. We've been following Adnan down a hole.
Following Adnan down a hole.
Yeah, the one in the yawning portal.
Oh, the Mad Mage's Tower.
It's terrible. There's gelatinous cubes down there, and bones, and dragons that try and eat you that aren't friendly, and they turn things to rocks, and then people get mad. Oh, we lost Tilly. Silas didn't go with us, so we picked him up. And Tegan got crushed by a rock, or was it just Tegan?
I did not get crushed by a rock.
It was just Tegan then.
Tegan ran off with.
No, there was
I
some
don't
rock
remember.
crushing in one of the levels, yeah. There was the big round boulder that came
I
rolling
think it
down.
happened twice. Didn't it
Yeah,
happen
it did.
twice?
It did,
It
yes.
was Indiana Jones this shit twice. It was Gearhart. That's who else got crushed. Feist didn't.
Yes,
remember
it
that.
was.
There was a whole civilization. We met the Grim Reaper, and he took us on the River Styx down to an evil city.
You just see him just saucer in one hand, the coffee in another, just take a drink, setting the whole thing down. Very prim and proper, back upright, but still like his neck's a little bit forward, so you know he's definitely intently listening. But still the ever prim and proper individual that he is.
Feist has chocolate probably smeared on their muzzle and on their
Yep.
hands.
Yeah. Listen, there's it may start bothering him soon enough. We'll find out.
Well, she might get some of it when she goes for the eyeball, or she might just accidentally smear more on her forehead. We'll find out.
And maybe we'll just let that play out.
Roll a constitution check for Leaf to see how long he can handle the dirty child.
Listen, he's been around a couple of days with Martin.
Feist will dutifully tell him everything she remembers, probably in the absolute wrong order. So they'll describe this dream where we all died by a dragon, and then they'll talk about a hall full of scary statues, and then they'll talk about the dragon bones that we found, and then they'll talk about the dwarves, and so they'll tell them, but probably all in the wrong order.
Don't forget about the baby.
Oh, right, and Adnan's a king now because he has a bunch of stuff, and there was a baby, and the baby's crown, so that made Adnan a king. And then there was a land shark that tried to eat us, and Portia's adopted a very bad cat. And she found the war pick again. That was less fun, but she put it down. And then she found a sword that eats really valuable items. That's not fun. And they all talk to her. She seems to be cultivating quite a menagerie. Again.
Yeah, I am not sure if this is a pattern or something or not, but it is definitely a pattern now.
Tattled on you.
So she's picking up strange and powerful artifacts again.
Yeah, it's Portia. The sword's pretty.
Has she tried to kill any of you with them?
No.
The one did want to try and eat the Tegan several times, I believe.
The giant cat is not nice.
But that's not Portia. You can't blame Portia for that. She just has to train it better. The cat is bad news.
Well, I mean, good news, bad news. You know, cats eat right, of course, it's fine. But the cat has done good things, so.
I mean, it just sounds like a cat being a cat.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just it's like a lion. Not like this cat.
That's so an artifact is the lion she was asking for me to feed.
Yes, because if
Yes.
she feeds it, then it doesn't try and eat us as much.
I will
And
need to make it a
apparently-
point to get some stuff from the butcher in the morning then.
It apparently lives in her shield, if that's helpful. I'm very confused myself.
The shield is the cat?
Yes.
Yeah, it's got a
Yeah.
name too. She calls it Henry.
Shield is a giant lion cat named Henry that eats a lot.
I think so, yeah.
And the sword's got a name too.
She calls it Tyr.
What does the sword eat?
Oh,
Pretty valuable
Pretties.
things.
valuable magical artifacts.
So the individual who likes pretty things has a sword that likes to eat pretty things?
Yes,
Yes.
How is
Yeah,
that
the-
not a heartbreaking relationship there?
because the sword gets prettier when it eats the pretty things.
I understand now.
It chose her also, so there's that.
You know, there was another weapon a long time ago that chose her.
Oh, is that the one she picked up that she was talking to again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
red. She calls it red.
Again?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was down there.
Don't recall seeing it on her here.
She threw it into a wall, and it stuck in the wall. And then we walked away.
Wait,
She
she
left it.
she left it?
Yes.
I
Oh.
think some of you guys, like, they told her that if she didn't leave it, they were going to leave her.
That
Well,
sounds like
she
that sounds like growth.
Yeah, we're very proud.
I mean, we traded one object that talks to her for two, so I mean, it kind of worked out for her, right?
But the two haven't talked her into craziness to try to kill you. And
No, the
she
one does
threw
it
the one
independently.
that did away.
Not yet. As long as Henry eats, Tegan's safe.
Ugh.
She's doing good.
You can see like the ever so slight twitch of the mouth. Well, that makes me happy.
You look like
Yeah.
it.
When you play with cursed items, you just take it day by day. You know, some days are better than others.
I understand.
That's why we kept Tilly around. He was our sacrificial party member, but he got repossessed by his god.
I hope that doesn't mean that Remy is now the sacrificial party member.
No.
No.
Thinking
Remmy's
the
totally
same
cool.
things. Okay.
So
We didn't have a sacrificial party member.
I mean,
Yes.
it was Doug for a while, and then Doug.
Doug with
We
a
played
U,
that. We played
yes.
that trump card, and we had to find a new one. And then we had
Doug got
we had
eaten by
meat stick,
meat stick.
jerky, beef jerky. The Minotaur guy.
Oh, I never met that
Arden,
one.
Argon, something with an A.
Yeah, we had the turtle guy for a little bit.
Yeah, Tibu, I believe.
So yeah, we rotate through them. We're accepting applications right now. If you know anybody that is looking to be sacrificial and not know it.
We've kept Gerhard alive for a while.
You know, I hear that Silas is bored.
Silas
We
did
could-
that.
We could use a guy like Silas.
Then we wouldn't have to sacrifice Gerhard.
Not that I want Silas to be
No,
sacrificed.
wait, sorry. No, now we.
Wait, you want to sacrifice Gerhardt? But I just met the guy.
Yeah, I would
Oh,
like
and we
to
still
say
have to see about the egg. Okay, so I guess we'll keep Gearhart until the egg, and then we'll see about Silas. I don't know if he's ready to meet his lady yet, though. I suppose
What
we
do
can
you
ask.
mean the egg?
This one, and I draw a picture that I show him. I'm drawing a contraption to see about how we could carry an egg on our backs, and potentially with a heat source, so we could incubate an egg while we go down there.
Gerhardt's gonna make an egg?
Heist is confused, I believe.
Is
I don't have the mechanism just right. I think it might burn him.
Yeah,
I'll work on it.
it is
Is
something
this-
of a mixed metaphor, I believe.
so egg isn't the kobold word for morning poop?
What? We just call that poop. What are you talking about?
Just trying to figure out where we're getting an egg from. I don't know why Gerhardt's making an egg.
I am so confused.
Me too.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it is something of a unusual set of circumstances. And again, I think a mixed metaphor of exactly what an egg is versus what an egg does versus what
You
one
guys don't
does.
know what
with an
eggs
egg.
are?
They're
I
very
mean,
delicious breakfast food.
I cooked
Very
them.
true.
They were used in. Well, Jonathan used them in the cake.
Yeah. So you guys know what eggs are? Also, if you don't cook them, they eventually hatch and turn into smaller creatures. Like the kids.
Yes.
But you gotta keep it warm and not burn the person while you're keeping it warm. Maybe if I put the heat source on the other side.
So cook the egg, but not overcook the egg.
Mm-mm. Keep egg warm. Incubation requires warmth.
Well, while all this is happening, Portia, what are you doing?
So I climb up to the 4th floor. Is it still like, I know those stairways are the same, but is the way up the same? Because I was up on the 4th floor. Like, is my room the same direction?
You're making me think. Hang on.
Well, I'm.
Yes. All the floors above the tavern are the same.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I haul up to the 4th floor. I put Tyr. I imagine I have a weapon rack, so I hang Tyr up and I let Henry out. And I look at Henry and I say, "Okay, I will get you food. You are to stay here, and I'll go unlock the latch, and you can go up on the roof. You are not to eat people, and you are not to go down the stairs. And if anybody but me brings you food, you are not to eat them either."
Fine.
They'll make me get rid of you if you don't follow these very, very simple rules.
I'll eat
can't
them
have you-
first.
Okay, but I'm supposed to protect them, Henry, and you're supposed to be helping me do that.
Everybody except for Tegan.
Tegan's part of that,
Since when?
since always.
You've been telling me for a few days now I can eat him whenever he dies.
Okay, but that's if he dies.
But I'll just help him get there sooner.
You cannot help him die.
If a lion could have a disappointed face, this one does.
I imagine I can tell he's disappointed. Look, when he dies, if he dies, then you can eat him, but you are not to help him die in any other way because we are supposed to protect him.
Fine.
Okay. And then I start getting ready for my bath.
Okay. Do. So you go, get your clothes together, go take your bath, get all nice and squeaky clean. Or do you get all nice and squeaky clean? I assume you're gonna get all nice and squeaky clean. I don't know if you're gonna leave some funk on you. I don't know how you do your stuff.
This is Portia, not Tricks. So squeaky clean. stop, Jughead. All right. So I go and I take my bath and get squeaky clean.
What do you put on?
Oh, now I have to describe that thing.
Yes,
Okay.
you do.
So let me pull it up in Memento. So I can't describe things well. It's a. Can I just share it?
Uh,
So it's a very.
I
Empire-
suppose.
So what I put on is it's an empire, like in my head, kind of it's empire style. It's got long sheer sleeves, and from the waist down is kind of flowy and sheer. It's gray, but the top half of it is done up in like a solid gray, so that underneath it is the chainmail that is sewn into it. So literally the top empire style half of this dress is chainmail, and the rest of it is kind of flowy, that just kind of flows away from her body that allows her to move. Her knee-high black boots that Jasmine made her put silver on the eye holes, and then she does her hair and in just a loose updo, but she puts it together with her hair daggers and leaves her bracers and the war pick and Tyr and Henry, because I still have the blue war pick, so she leaves all of that up here.
Okay. Are you going back downstairs then?
Yes, I do stand in my room for a second, and I said, okay, you guys, everybody's been fed. I need you all to behave. Does anybody need anything before I leave? As I'm like doing finishing touches here. I'm just talking to myself, to Henry and Tyr.
Both don't seem to like they have any other needs.
All right, Henry, you don't need food right this second.
No, not unless Tegan died.
Okay, Tegan, as far as I know, Tegan hasn't died. Do you want me to unlock the latch so you're not climbing up the side of the tavern, because Leaf will kill us both?
Yes.
Okay, let's go find the latch. Can I find the latch to the tower?
Yeah, you know where it's at.
Okay, so I go and I undo the latch and I open it up for Henry.
He immediately jumps up there and gets on the roof.
And then I head downstairs. If I run into any type of housekeepers, servers, anything coming down, I tell them all to stay away from the 4th floor.
Okay, none of these staff goes. Let me rephrase. You don't see anybody on your way downstairs.
Okay. Once I come out of the quarters door, do I see any staff?
Wanda? Nope.
Okay. Yep. So, because I have got Henry eating people on my mind, I go first to the kitchen.
The kitchen is locked.
What the fuck? This has never happened before. Why is the fucking kitchen locked? Who locks the kitchen? Ah! Fine.
Give me an active perception check. as you're in this hallway here.
Henry, this is Portia. Reception.
Yep. Well, there's something weird, but you can't quite put your hand on it.
Okay. Well, Henry said he's good, so he's not gonna eat anybody. It's time to go have some fun. So I go, and yes, I am talking to myself
What?
as I walk out the door.
As you, after you walk out the door, you can see that still off to the right, the table where the people are, or you can see Feist is like animatedly talking to Leaf as Leaf is super prim and proper, having some kind of drink in his hand. Sitting next to Leaf is that short halfling individual that you saw the back of when you went to the kitchen initially. And Adnan's still playing a bit of music here and there. Feist's face is just mostly covered with this strange, from your distance, the light's a strange blackness.
Okay.
But they don't really seem to care. They're very animated.
Okay.
Tegan is, I'm going to say, at his tower. He's gone.
That actually makes sense. So I beam my way line over to the table.
Okay.
And as I get there, I'm like, why are we all just sitting?
Was good.
What was good?
Cake.
What cake?
There was some delicious cake handed out to us. It was quite good.
I point to Feist's face. The cake that is all over Feist's face.
Okay. I'll have to get some later. Why are we all sitting? We're all home. We're all alive. Why aren't we out dancing? Come on.
I agree. Gerhard
Let's go.
definitely jumps up on that.
And I start just grabbing everybody. And start I just start grabbing, pulling people away from the table to go out and dance. We are home. All of us are home. Nobody needs to be working. We need to have a good time and enjoy being home. And I look at Leaf, I say, nobody needs to be working. We all need to go and have a good time. We're all home.
You see Leaf look at you, look at the rest of the table, set his cup and saucer down, picks up the napkin off of his leg, wipes himself, folds the napkin, puts it on the table, gathers up his dishes, stands up and goes, well, you heard her. It's time to have some fun.
Right, so put your dishes down. I grab the dishes from Leaf and put them back on the table. You are not working. Now, come on.
He just, looks between Portia and the rest of you. What happened down there that she became so feisty?
It's always been like this. You forgot? Oh no, do I need 2 incubators? Oh dear.
Why do you need
Nope.
incubators?
I'll pick up my notebook and just start furiously
I look
scribbling
at
again.
Portia. Go, she's concerned that Gare is going to have an egg.
Ear doesn't have eggs.
I'm aware.
I'm not drunk enough to have a reproduction conversation with Feist right now, so let's go dance, please.
All right.
Feist is sticky, covered in chocolate, and they're furiously scribbling. So if you grab them, they'll come with you. If not, they're furiously scribbling with their now kind of probably slightly sticky cat ghost on their lap.
The Feist, there's a tap on the back of your shoulder.
Ugh.
And as you turn around, there's the older halfling who hands a handout to you. So, you want to dance?
Ah, yeah! And I'll grab him with my sticky hand.
Doesn't seem to care. Pulls you off and takes you off to the dance floor.
Feist will go
So-
running right
And
along
he
with
is
him.
he is terrible. 2 left feet, but doesn't give a fuck.
I feel like that doesn't matter to Feist because one, they're drunk. Two, I don't think they've danced before.
So it's just a lot of spinning and
There's a
twirling
lot
and
of- yeah, we're
yeah.
just spinning each other really excitedly. Like doing the
basically.
clomp, like the like sidestep foot clomp that you do when like kids spin around to dance together. That's what we're doing.
Sounds legit.
It's great fun.
So once I see them out there, once I set Leaf's dishes back on the table,
Mhm.
I I grab his hand, I say, come on, we're gonna go have some fun out here. And start going towards the dance floor.
Oh. Leaf follows your lead.
Okay. And I lead Leaf out to the dance floor so I can dance with Leaf out on the dance floor.
Holds his hands. He goes, Are you still leading?
Well, do you mind if I lead, or is it gonna be all like, I know you prefer to?
Whatever you want to do.
She lets him lead.
In that case, he positions your hands on him, and he puts his hands around you, and you two start definitely dancing more to the music than what Jonathan and Feist are doing. Oh, man.
How long are you staying this time?
I'm honestly not sure.
No, I'm glad you're home. And you know this is your home too. It's not just your tavern.
I like that it's a place to come back to. But I also like that it's not my home. I don't have to come back.
You don't have to come back. No. But there's reasons here to come back.
You're not wrong. But it's nice to not be tethered to this place anymore.
I imagine so. But just know you're important and you're considered always have a place here.
Thank you.
And not just as a server. You gotta take a break every now and then.
That's part of the reasons why I don't stay.
That's understandable. What was the favorite thing that you learned while you were out?
Ooh, the favorite thing that I learned. That's how much actually changed since I was alive before. The changes are new. Some things are the same, but a lot has changed. There's towns that are around that weren't in my time. But I think my favorite is that there's a small town south of Candlekeep that isn't even on the map. And in this small town, there's this old woman who makes really, really good bread. And it's just simple ingredients, just what they can grow around there. But the smile she gets when someone compliments her on it. It's worth the travel.
Maybe I'll travel one day. Maybe.
You don't always have to keep following Adnan into the hole in the ground.
No, but I have currently promised to keep him safe.
Seems like he's doing all right. Feist told me a little bit about your adventures in the Mad Mage's Tower.
I'm sure she did.
Something about Tegan almost becoming Hamburger.
Sounds about right.
An interesting experience you had with some oozes.
Yeah, they ate my backpack. I gotta get a new one.
I wonder if you can cook an ooze.
You want me to bring some back next time?
Oh, I would be very interested.
Where do you want me to put it? Because there's not knowing when you'd be back and we'd be back at the same time.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe
Like,
if I
can
said-
you get a sample? Does it stay? Like, does the one ooze become two oozes?
I don't know. We can ask
Would
Bryce
it-
maybe come up with a contraption to keep it safe. We're not supposed to be talking about food. Stop working.
Food isn't work. Food is fun.
Fun. Although, speaking of food, why can't I get in the kitchen?
Oh, it's locked.
Why?
Because I will not have riffraff in my kitchen, so it stays locked when Jonathan or I aren't in there. And he like bends down, like you're tall for a halfling, but he's still a little bit taller than you. So he bends down and like kind of pulls you in close, but he's kind of the soft whisper. Besides, the kobold hatchlings are fucking hellions. I made the mistake of leaving it unlocked once. It now stays locked.
Are they eating the kitchen out of house and home there?
No. They tried to help.
And she just throws her head back and laughs, like hysterically. I think I would have loved to see the look on your face.
I'm sure
This eye
it's...
right here, this one twitches ever so slightly when you get extremely annoyed, and you try not to show it.
If that's the case, I'm sure it would have been twitching a lot. They gotten into the flour. There was flour everywhere. They decided that the floor was the proper place to mix eggs and milk and lettuce for whatever reason in together. And when I asked them what they were making, they said they were making a lettuce bread wrap. And I
A what?
lettuce bread wrap.
What is that?
I did not stay to find out.
Oh.
You know, they had to clean the kitchen that evening, as well as the latrines for messing with inside my kitchen.
I miss cooking. I just don't
Therapeutic.
It is. I just don't tell these chuckle fucks that I can.
Maybe you should cook for them.
Mm-mm.
Why not?
Because then that take the fun out of it.
If cooking is fun, but you don't cook, how are you not? How are you taking fun out of not cooking? I'm very confused by this.
I never said my logic made sense. I guess I just like the food for me. If I put it out there for other people and they don't like it, that's a problem.
Sounds like then there's more for you. Or they will like it and you'll have something to bond and talk over.
Bond and talk over, other than me chasing them around a tower trying to make sure they don't die because I made an oath to, court.
You know, maybe if you started cooking for others, I'd let you into my kitchen more often.
That's how you're gonna play that then.
Yes?
I'll just wait till you leave.
That's fine. Do you know which passphrase gets you into the kitchen?
No,
No.
but you should tell me which passphrase is going to get me in the kitchen. I wonder if I could get your friend over there to tell me which passphrase could get me in the kitchen.
Oh, Butterbase, I'm sure you could. He talks forever.
There's
I
nothing
don't
wrong
think
with
he
that.
knows how to shut up.
Oh, so we'll get along just quite well then, won't we?
I'm sure that you will.
Well, I'll have to get to know him later. I need to remember. I do need in the kitchen though. Because
To what?
well, there is the meat. Well, you're home, so there's no longer a meat scrap pile. Never
No,
mind.
we already had this conversation a few
Okay.
hours ago.
But there is a, like the meat that you can't get, that you don't serve to the customers. There was a meat scrap pile, but then I just realized you're home, so there's not a meat scrap pile anymore.
That's correct, because I don't buy cheap, shitty meat.
I'm aware. Okay, never mind. I'll just.
There
have
is
to
a
make sure to-
reason why the line is still outside the door.
Oh,
Quality products.
yes, yes, yes. What was this about chocolate cake they were talking about?
Perhaps when Adnan finishes this song, you can find out. Jonathan made a chocolate cake that had strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries on top of it. No, blackberries, excuse me, on top of it.
Okay,
And he had something called coffee to go with it.
that's interesting.
Feist
Sounds good, though.
seemed to really enjoy it. They decided to wear it.
Well, Feist enjoys food more than me, which I don't think I ever thought was impossible to meet somebody who eats as much as I do and enjoys it like I do.
What few times I have seen Feist eat, I don't think she likes food. I think she likes certain foods.
Are you really making bone soup?
Of course I am.
Can I just get like a mimic broth of that so she thinks I'm eating it, but I'm really not?
You don't want to eat something that I've cooked?
I don't like bone soup.
You've not had my bone soup.
You're the one making the bone soup.
Yes.
It better be some damn good fucking bone soup.
Has there been anything that I've made that wasn't? I'm genuinely curious now.
No. But but that doesn't mean it's gonna change my opinion of bone soup.
Doesn't have to change your opinion of the food altogether, but you have to at least try it. Try everything at least once. Even if you've had it before, it could have been cooked different this time.
I just kind of make a face. I do need it. Oh, no working. No working. So we were talking about trying to figure out to bring. You said you wanted me to bring home gelatinous cube pieces.
Cube, oozes, whatever strange viscousy things you guys happen to come across inside the Mad Mage's dungeon. Capture it in some glass bottles, and maybe it can be distilled and turned to a spicy liqueur or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Or maybe a new sauce.
Okay. So before we leave, we need to stock the bag up on some glass bottles.
And you apparently need a backpack.
Yeah. I do. I was just gonna put it in like the big bag that Feist has that holds like 50 bazillion things in it.
I don't know how to spell. Do. Yes. As you two are having this conversation and dancing, you can tell that the tempo of the music is starting to die down, like it's getting closer to the end of the song. Leaf whispers something in your ear.
What? I whisper back, and as the song ends, after I whisper back, I give him a kiss on the cheek and dance off.
You dance off like you leave?
Yes.
Is that what you said? Okay.
If the song ends, yes.
Okay. How about everybody give me a perception check? Except for Portia, which
Oh,
she's
damn.
dancing off.
Yep, that seems about right now. I wonder if Jonathan and I even noticed the song ended.
Damn,
Oh, but Gearhart clocked it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow, Remy and Gerhardt. Both of you can see that Leaf has a genuine look of shock and is frozen on the dance floor.
Uh-oh, his
Noted.
construct's broken down.
Oh, well,
Like
Gerhard's,
it takes him like a couple of seconds to like you could see processing and just look of shock and what as he like looks around the room to like realize where he is again.
Oh, I think having noted that,
The best day ever.
Gerhard's gonna slide on over as best he possibly can.
I'm going to kick you and break my fucking oath.
How does he slide over?
No, I think Gerhardt, because the music's still playing, right?
The song had
I mean, that song has ended, but the band, it's only like 9:30 at this point.
The music's still playing, so
Yeah.
Gerhardt's literally going to attempt to slide over like a dance move.
Glad you defined that, because I was thinking more of like a baseball player.
He's just trying to slide into first base.
I bet you are.
Just trying to take him out at the knees.
You know what? Go ahead and give me a performance check.
Oh God.
You did claim you were drinking a bunch of water, so it's just a regular roll. Smoother than you have any right to.
fuck, man. Like
Look,
Like-
everybody just needs to kiss. It's fine. This is great. I don't see
See-
the problem.
Seeing this opening and seeing like his hands are like still like out, like just again in shock and awe. You just smooth, just like sail right on in, like right there where the hands, and you just kind of like push them just a little bit to where they're touching you, and then he looks down at you and goes, "Hello again."
I see.
Actually, how tall are you?
Oh God, how tall am I? I'm not outrageously tall, like, you know, around 6 feet, something like that.
Oh, in that case, he looks up to you. He's not. He's only like 5'6". He's not very tall. So
Yeah, I'm 5'9". So
Are you adjusting your height to him?
no, I checked my character sheet.
Okay.
Okay, so slide up, move the hands. I see that you are without partner distance, and that is a crime. Can I have this one?
yes.
Okay, great. I mean, in that case, I assume so less drunk now. Gonna be doing a bit better dancing. Still not good at it, but you know, like, well, not great. But you know, better than the bombasticness.
This is going to be interesting. Okay, so here's my question: are you trying to? Are you trying to show off your dance moves? Like, what? How are you doing this? Are you trying to take the lead this time, or what's your plan here?
So, literally, Gerhard hasn't thought, like, he knows he's not a great dancer. All he's looking to do is have an excuse for them to touch and to move with each other.
So you're not trying to lead, is what I'm hearing.
He'll lead if that's where the dance is going, but the point is just to be together.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let's do this. Give me a performance check.
Okay.
And before you roll it, I want you to change it from charisma to dexterity based.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Okay.
So when you should be able to hit the drop down on that and do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Not the worst.
No. I have to roll mine here. Okay. So you we'll get to you in a moment. You as you slide in there, have that whole body contact And at this point, it's you don't know if it's the effects of the alcohol wearing off, so you're a bit more aware, cognizant of your surroundings, if you will. But it feels like this dance is a bit warmer, and I mean like body temperature wise is a bit warmer as you two are dancing together, and you're able to feel the flow and feel where he is going, and he doesn't summon any of the echoes to help you. You actually were able to keep up with him. You didn't take lead, but you weren't really trying to. You were just there for the content. Is there, during this dance, anything you want to talk about while you've got his attention?
Yeah. Hold on, though. I need to actually roll one of my dice. What? Where? Oh, it's fine. Okay, fine. Never mind.
You can roll in the you can change the chat if you don't want it to be private, if you don't want it to be public. Change the chat for default roll mode instead of public due to like self roll and roll the d20 that way.
Public's fine.
So you can have a boom. That's a big number.
Now you get a nat 20.
Yeah, I've been rolling really well tonight. So while we're dancing and while it's kind of working and it's, moving, and it feels warmer and I'm keeping up, I'll say, so I have to admit I wanted to dance with you again to get to know you a bit better. What drives you?
What drives me?
Yes.
In what context?
When you are lying down asleep, you wake up. There's a day in front of you. What is the thing that gets you out of bed fastest?
And that, folks, is the face of a broken DM.
Who suddenly had to go way deeper into an NPC than they were expecting.
Had it not been a 20, it wouldn't have been such a deep question. It was definitely going to be a lot.
It was I
easier.
don't want to give a BS answer, so I really have to think about this one.
At least it wasn't
What?
a bestiality question.
What
I really thought it was going to be,
drives?
why is it throbbing?
What gets him out of bed the quickest? You know what? I'm gonna have to make an insight roll for Leaf. Let's see if he can read what your actual intentions are for that question, dude. What kind of answer he's gonna give.
Oh, okay.
Oh God. Nice. Okay. He kind of pulls you in a bit closer. And as, a little bit of a height difference, so he has to look a little bit up to you, and he goes, I would have thought the question you would have asked is what would have kept me in the bed longer.
I know the answer to that one.
Do you?
Of course.
What do you think that answer would be?
So Gerhardt's gonna smile and let's just do one last roll to see if we're really going here.
Do it.
Ooh, red light.
I
green
thought
light.
it was on that
Oh,
20,
me
but
too,
then
I
it
saw that
just
20. I was like, fuck
it
send!
just shifted. Oh
Don't chicken out
man.
now! Don't you chicken out now!
Hey, the dice, the chaos machines make the decisions. I like
They
it.
do.
Yeah.
They do.
So unfortunately, that means it's gonna be not nearly as smooth as it could be. So it could be me. Nowhere near as smooth as it should have been.
Man, all these dice rolls.
I'm gonna need to employ this the next time I try flirting with an actual human. Hold on, let me see how I do. Oh, it's smooth as fuck. Let me get right back to you.
This is how I do all of my flirting.
Hang on. Which answer am I gonna give? Oh, sorry.
Shit. Rolled too low. I'm gonna flirt again tomorrow. Let's try it again, okay? It was in that one later.
Oh man. I want to. How would he word this?
I don't know. The way things are going tonight, we might
Actually,
need a couple egg incubators.
I'm
Ice is very concerned about this. Their design only accommodated one.
I'm still waiting for the Silas Gerhardt Leaf love scene.
It's never gonna happen.
Oh God,
Silas doesn't
no.
go that way.
No, he does not.
I didn't think Silas went anyway, but
Exactly. Silas is 100% dedicated to his lady.
Feisted.
Actually, I feel like it's 99% dedicated to his lady and 1% to Martin. But I think that percentage is slowly changing. Like, it'll never be 50-50, but there'll be a little bit more Martin in there.
I love
That'll
that.
slowly change that.
I love that Martin's melting his ice heart.
Silas didn't have an ice heart. He doesn't have an ice heart.
He
just
didn't have an
dedicated.
ice heart. He's
You know,
just
he's dedicated.
opening his horizons in
So,
the very sweetest way possible.
Having a little buddy.
Just letting you know from the band side, it does appear that Gerhardt could use some lessons from Silas.
Oh.
I'm surprised.
Oh!
Oh no, it's true.
All right. So as the song ends, he's going to whisper something to you, and then give you a kiss on the cheek before he's going to walk away from you. There is your whisper.
Okay. I think I'm pretty satisfied with that. Okay. So kiss on the cheek, and then he's walking away, like
He's actively walking over to the table at this point.
okay. Then
Because the song has ended, you guys have had your conversation. He has shared that little bit with you. It wasn't dismissive in any way, shape, or form, as you could hopefully tell by what was said there.
oh yeah. I'm just figuring out, how badly do I bungle the social faux pas of what I could do next. But I think actually Gerhardt's just gonna, and then go wander somewhere else.
So while you two were dancing, Portia, you were saying you're going to go to something or something. Yeah, where are you going?
I go over to where Jonathan and Feist are. Well, first I go grab Remy, and I drag Remy over.
Okay.
And so we've got this like quad dance group thing going on here,
Oh,
where I introduce myself to Jonathan. Hey, I'm Portia. I don't think I've met you yet.
Oh, hi, Portia. I'm Jonathan Butterbase. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Well, I'm just fine and dandy.
It's nice to meet you. You're a friend
It's
of
nice to
Minnie's,
meet the
right?
real you. There was a fake you here a couple days ago. That was... wow.
There was a fake. How did that work?
You just came in like you owned a place, and Martin came over and talked to you, and you were very dismissive and rude to him, and that just kind of set some red flags up to Leaf, who walked over, and then he like comes in trying to whisper, but he's not doing a good job of whispering. And then we had a blood stain we had to clean up over there.
A blood. Where'd the blood stain come from? I whisper.
The person who was being you but wasn't you.
Yeah. It's very. People think that they know how to imitate me, but they really don't. It would have been nice to watch, though.
It was actually kind of scary. I never saw Beef look that angry before. Did you know his eyes glow blue? And like the whole tavern shifts a little bit whenever he gets pissed off?
Yes.
Yeah, that's scary.
I think it's pretty awesome, actually.
You know, it is awesome, but when it's directed at, and you're in like the line of fire for some of those things, like, it's kind of scary.
Well, I can see if you're not used to it, it could be kind of scary. So, I kind of lean in. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Okay, I'm wanting to make breakfast for everybody in the morning, but I don't have the password to the kitchen.
You sly bitch.
And this,
Wait.
folks, is how the tavern burns down.
The password's
And Leaf
new,
decides to
and I
kill
haven't
us
gotten it.
all.
I haven't gotten it yet.
Give me a persuasion check.
Come on, baby. Like, I'm too young.
Oh no!
Wah, wah, wah.
I tried.
He goes,
Wait, no. Do I have any left over?
"You're too drunk. Sorry about you,
Oh,
Feist."
damn it!
He goes, you remember the part where I said Leaf scares me, right? Like, you just go ask him if he wants to tell you he can, but he told me not to tell anybody. Especially after he looks over like at Feist. All the little ones that kind of look like her were here. Or them. Them? Them.
Are you two talking in undercommon? Are you discussing this in Undercommon?
Remy would be, yes.
Okay.
She's trying to inform Feist to like how things work.
So, okay, I'm gonna ignore it because since I kind of have an idea that's what's going on over there. If you have it under control, I'm ignoring that conversation.
Remy has little siblings, so she's talking to Feist like a little sibling. It's fine.
Okay. So where are you from?
Faerun?
Like specifically where?
A set of forests way far to the east, southeast of Waterdeep.
How'd you meet Leaf?
He walked into my restaurant and insulted the food I made.
That sounds like Leaf.
Yeah. Then we had a food war. That was fun, and I lost. That was weird.
Are you not used to losing when it comes to food?
Not when it comes to food. I'm
Are
the
you somebody who
now
loves food
second
too?
best cook I know.
You and I are gonna be quick friends. What was it that you made tonight?
I made the cake,
I'm not-
and I made the bread, and I made the coffee, and I made... And he starts listing and listing and listing and listing and listing and listing and listing. He made like 10 things.
Okay.
Of the 30 potential item menu that was available today.
So you lost a food war with Leaf. You're from
Yeah.
somewhere southwest from the forest. So why are you here?
Because I lost the bet.
What kind of what
I
kind of
lost the
bet?
food war.
So the food war losing meant you had to come here?
Yeah, he became my master chef. You gotta learn till I can beat him.
And she just cracks up. Like she just like that's actually pretty awesome.
How is that awesome? I lost.
Well, sorry. That wasn't so awesome for you. And I just do this awkward pat on his shoulder like
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to go try some of your cake.
You didn't get any cake?
I didn't get any cake.
My God, you gotta have cake. Come on.
I had to go get cleaned
Yeah,
up.
he's pulling you now over to the kitchen.
Okay.
Give me
How
an active
loud was the
perception
more
check.
cake yelling?
There is nothing that Jonathan does that is quiet to include whispering.
Oh, so
Oh.
Feist will grab Remy and start saying more cake and follow Jonathan too.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So then, if you two are following as well, I need both of you to give me active perception checks.
Yeah, that's about right.
That's about right.
Yep.
All right. So Remy's the only one who notices that as soon as you guys pass through that the two-way doors, as soon as you pass through, all the noise from the tavern is gone. It does not seem to bleed in over here.
Very awesome.
You're the
Remy
only one
knows
who
more
notices.
about this tavern than us.
You're the only one who
We
notices.
live here.
She doesn't know what to make of all you people.
Before you know it, the kitchen door opens and he turns around. Oh, you guys want more cake too?
Please.
More cake!
Really good. Thank you.
He goes inside, and it's when you open the door, you can see the row of fireplaces. That now 4 of them have big black cauldrons in them with some coals underneath that are still bubbling or that are still burning. There are lids on them, but as soon as the kitchen opens, just smells of just, I mean, you can smell some cinnamon in there. There's some kind of bitterness in there. And then there's like a a sweet smell that you really can't quite place. And then underneath all those really strong sweet smells, there's just this like underlay of roasted meat smell. So it's a lot happening still, even though nobody's in here. And he goes in and he makes that first right, and on that there's this like really tall stone structure. And I'm assuming you guys are going in the kitchen with him, sort of, like just kind of being nosy as fuck.
Oh, 100%.
Feist.
There's cake.
Yeah. So the stone structure, when you look at it, it looks like it's about 4 feet wide on its own, and there are a couple of like ring-style pull handles. And he grabs them and he pulls these. Now that you can see doors open, and inside you can see that there are different arcane runes inscribed in this, and you can see frost all inside here as he reaches into this box of coldness and pulls out an entire chocolate cake that has yet to be cut into, and he just turns around and just hands it to whoever's there. Whoever's there, he's handing the entire cake. It doesn't matter who. However, he goes, "Don't eat the cake yet."
Okay.
And he closes
Did you
the
grab
thing.
it before I did, Feist?
And then he goes over and he goes, 1, 2, 3, 4. He gets like, who am I kidding? And then he's like going to grab for forks, and then he's like, who am I kidding? And doesn't even grab forks. He goes over to where you see that you can see on the countertop is that silver contraption he had before, and there seems to be a whole nother section off to the left. It has like a glass bowl to it that he grabs this brown bag and pulls out some kind of measuring device and seems to scoop up these dark black. They look like black little marbles or black little beans almost. And then he puts them into a burlap sack and grabs a rolling pin and starts beating them and rolling them. And as soon as they begin to crack and break, that smell of just coffee just wafts through here. And he takes that burlap sack and begins to twist it a little bit, putting it into that glass contraption, and then getting some water from a trough over to the left-hand side, and just pours water all inside this thing, and then lights it. And it relatively quickly begins to bubble and boil, and you can see that off the glass bowl, there's this one tube that goes up and over into that silver contraption. As it boils up, this dark black liquid just goes up that tube and begins pouring into that tall silver contraption. And after about a couple minutes of that, when the water subsides, he moves that bowl over, cleans it up. He's very clean inside this kitchen. Cleans everything up, takes that silver contraption, and goes over to on the counter where there are other kinds of like different seasonings and whatnot. And he looks around and goes, "Okay, don't tell anybody my super secret."
Okay.
And
Lips are
he
sealed.
reaches over and he pulls out this glass jar that's got some white substance in it. And he pulls out another one that has these green leaves. And as he pulls out just a little bundle of the leaves into a mortar and pestle, grinds them up, and then takes a big scoop of that white substance, pours it into the mortar and pestle, and grinds that up. And then he puts that whole concoction into the silver pot and gets a wooden spoon and stirs it all up. He goes, "Okay, so the coffee is ready now. You have the cake. I figure we don't even need forks, right? We just use our hands. Let's just go back to the table!"
I need a fork.
Feist is running out to the table with the cake.
Yeah, you're being like pushed out. There's forks on the table. Go, go, go. And then, as soon as
I'm following.
as soon as everybody's out of the kitchen, the door closes. You all hear an audible click, 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 click.
Fucking leave.
And then, as soon as those double folding doors open, the wave of sound hits you all as you take the cake back to the table, where you guys can partake of more cake and coffee.
Yum.
Yes.
As Leaf goes, another cake. Jonathan?
I didn't get any.
Oh, you did not, but an entire cake. Enjoy.
Are you gonna eat it?
I already had a piece.
Is it not good?
I don't mean this with any sort of disrespect, but I'm not a halfling. I don't have 6 stomachs.
I didn't take that with any disrespect.
I don't. I
You
don't
didn't
eat
answer-
12 times a day. But yes, it is. It is the best cake he has made yet. He's still
High
learning.
praise.
Shit.
That is very high praise. Okay, I need a fork because I'm gonna be pissed if I get this pretty disgusting ruin with cake. I can't even talk. Are there forks on the table?
Um, you sit next to Leaf at the table. Okay, so as Feist and Jonathan are just handsing the cake, Leaf will take one of the knives that are still on the table, start cutting a piece, look over to Remy. Do you want another piece?
Just a small piece. It tastes really good. But again, I don't eat as much as they do.
Right, normal size slice of cake it is then. And he sets it over to you,
Thank
and
you.
he cuts us, in comparison, a larger piece that he then takes a fork and cuts a bite and begins to feed Portia. So you don't get your dress dirty.
I just
There's
kinda
the
look at him.
princess.
Yep.
There's the
And-
princess.
You are
I
for a
do.
reason.
I allow him to feed me the cake.
So the way the cake is made, it's a 3-layer chocolate cake that has chocolate icing in between the layers, and on the top part of the cake there is like sliced strawberries that kind of are cut like scales almost, like it covers, like if you look at the from the top down, like there's a center ring of strawberries and then another ring of raspberries and then another ring of blackberries. So that with every cut you're getting some kind of fruit to go with it, with the cake. So the first part is the strawberries, and then you go into raspberries, and then you go into the blackberries. And he feeds you the cake. He has the coffee there for whenever you are ready to have a drink. And when he gets to the blackberry part, after giving you a bite, he then takes a bite himself. Until the cake is gone?
I do not protest that, just to make that known.
Wow.
Oh, so she does share something, huh?
She shared
I do
her
not
cake.
protest it. This was really good. Good
Like I
job,
s-
Jonathan.
Like I said, it's his best one thus far. Here he Leaf raises his voice just a little. There is still some room for improvement, but he's getting there. You see Jonathan give a scowling look over as he's got handfuls of the rest of the cake that he's got some bites in his mouth as he's also like helping shoving like the bits around Feist's maw back into their face as he's just like helping the feed.
I lean over and whisper to Leaf, I gotta give you credit. He's more scared of you than me, and wouldn't give me the damn password to the kitchen.
He saw me physically hurt one of the imposters of you, and that was first time I realized that I'm still somewhat connected to this place. It was quite uncontrollable. Did a number on him.
I don't know if it was so much the physical or if it was the house still being controlled by you. Or the tavern.
Well, either way, I'm sneaky of you to try to get the key password from him. But good that he didn't tell you.
No, he didn't tell me. I tried.
I might have to be a little nicer to him tomorrow.
He's terrified of you, so that might not be a bad idea.
Terrified, I don't know. Maybe you're right. As
So
not even paying
bad-
any attention, he just grabs your cup of coffee, takes a drink, and sets it down.
Okay. I don't say a word about it. I'm drinking the coffee. Yeah. I'm sharing my food with, like, this is my huge. I don't share my food with any. If anybody else try to grab my food, they get a fork.
We know this.
Okay, I'm just making. Damn, I'm.
We
having
all know
I was gonna
this.
say, honey,
I'm
we know this.
I'm having self-realization shit right now. Just give me a minute. I'm processing. Okay. I'm processing.
It's not entirely sure what's normal. Don't worry, it's fine.
Don't try to take Portia's food.
She
So-
wouldn't.
How bad or how good was this impersonation?
I'm not quite sure how to answer that since some of your experiences altered you. I can't imagine any taller halfling than you. So they were a bit shorter, but they really not very good, to be honest. Like, especially the way they treated Martin, and I think even though they have a broken leg, I think they're still in prison for trying to impersonate one of you all.
Oh, so you didn't kill her?
No, I did not kill them.
Well, I mean, by how Jonathan was talking, it sounded like you killed him.
Listen, had they hurt Martin, then perhaps that would have been their sentencing, but Martin was okay, and I just did a minor job of attempting to be you. We've had some come in who were trying to be Tegan, but weren't nearly intoxicated enough.
Tegan's just a walking alcoholic. He's never sober.
Exactly.
I wonder how long Adnan's gonna play up there, as I kind of turn around to look. I wish he would take off that ridiculous crown. It's very pretty.
Speaking of,
Ridiculous. Give it to me.
I understand that you are collecting items that talk to you again.
I just go extremely still. Yes.
So that's what the lion is that you have to feed? And a sword, if the rest of your companions are to be believed.
There's a lion and a sword. Yes. I told you there was a lion.
I didn't realize it was a shield, though. Thought
Yeah,
maybe you
I
just got
held
a
it
new
up and
pet.
said, "Look, this is Henry." Speaking
I
of, nobody needs to go on the
didn't
4th
understand.
floor.
Nobody but owners can.
Well, yeah.
No, nobody
Oh.
except owners can.
Okay. Well, I gave the order he couldn't eat any of us, so it's all good. Or
Will he
anybody.
listen?
He's recently been fed, so yes. He's
Hmm.
currently up in the tower. They help me keep these chuckles safe. They help me keep these chuckle fucks safe. Hang on. Am I this drunk? Yes. They help me keep these chuckle fucks safe, and they're not gonna leave. Everybody leaves.
He's going to lean in a little bit closer and whisper something to you. Actually, give me... Actually, hang on. Let me whisper this to you. Change your dice roll to private.
Okay.
I understand that.
Okay.
There's Oh, thank gosh. Okay. There's a reason. There's a reason. Hang on.
Okay.
Let's see if I can read. Okay. Wow. Jesus, Leaf. Oh, man. That is a very good question. To the person just whispered me, how are you actively paying attention though, or are you still kind of talking with Feist about things and other people about stuff? Like, how much are you actively paying attention here? All right, give me whisper just to me an active perception roll. I'm gonna roll just the off chance, but I don't think I'm gonna beat you. Oh fuck. Okay. This
Somebody has
is
broken perception again.
yep.
Oh no.
Oh no,
Oh no.
Amanda! What the now you? What the fuck?
I don't know who that is. Excuse you. All right, so this is whispered to you, Portia. To the other person, I need to make a roll because there's a chance that Mr. Gentleman can match that for you to fail. I don't think it'll happen, but let's find out. I did not match that, so I will whisper this to you of what, since you have that, of what you read. I will say that you can't see both party members. You can only see Leaf, so you won't know what Portia is responding. You'll only see what Leaf is saying, since you have that thing.
Hermes' hair is so big because it's full of secrets.
I whisper back.
Okay. You heard, are you just dancing with random people at this point?
Having a good time.
Yeah? Awesome.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a party, letting loose a little bit. Had a really good dance just a little bit ago with somebody who he's probably going to talk to again before the night's over. And that's that, yeah.
This is the best. Meanwhile, Adnan's just living his best performance life, and Feist is eating cake, and Remy is becoming the secret command spy network central, so it's a perfect evening.
Yeah, at some point, Gerhard is going to come back towards the table. Not going to get more cake, though.
You don't want to touch this cake now.
Yeah, I know.
Feist. That's why it's
I
like
Feist and Jonathan have been all over this shit.
I
Precisely.
probably got a little piece left if you wanted to ask nicely, but
No, it is fine.
Okay. Give me a private persuasion roll, please. Okay. And for the lip reader. Give me an insight roll.
Have you guys smashed this cake?
It doesn't look pretty.
Feist and Jonathan
Is there-
killed it.
Yeah,
Like
Spice
the
and
part I
Jonathan
can
have
grab
like
a second piece.
You absolutely can't, but we've kind of eaten the outside because the ice is the best part.
I'm kind of looking at this cake, trying to decide where to grab my next piece from safely.
Nowhere.
that
define safely.
Feist will fist you a piece of cake and just
Exactly.
look, but.
There's butts.
They're
Oh,
not.
yeah,
Are
no,
we
they're-
spanking them?
They're
That's
not
what he says.
terrible. They've got a fistful of cake. They will lean towards Portia. Pause for a second. Lean back. Put it on the table in front of her. She's wearing a fancy dress, and Feist knows that a lot of effort goes into making things that go on the outside, so they're not going to mess it up.
I
You
just
They
have
don't
kinda
want
my
look at-
Portia to
attention
kill
that
them.
Feist will fist you.
If Feist knew what that was, they probably wouldn't be able to do that for you, but they'll
And
fist you a
now-
piece of cake.
I'm debating on if I want the cake that badly or not. I'm kind of looking at it.
It's cake. You've been eating rations for the last few days. Like, come on now.
Are you back? Are you gonna eat this cake?
Me, as far as I know, I'm still up on the stage.
You tell us, Adnan. It's,
Yeah,
I'm
do what you
asking.
want, buddy.
You
It's
can come back
quiet.
anytime and have some more cake.
I mean, the band was there before you. It'll still be there after you.
Do I, from being up on stage and surveying the crowd as I play, do I see the shenanigans that are going down between Leaf and everybody?
I mean, you saw Leaf and Gerhardt have a very formal dance. And then you saw Leaf and Portia have a informal dance. And then Leaf and Gerhardt have an informal dance. And then
Okay.
another more cake was brought out. You can see Leaf and Portia having a conversation together as Gerhardt's out on the floor having a good time, and Gerhardt, making their way back to the table. I mean, sure, you saw Jonathan and Feist doing their best toddler dance in the adult party in the middle of the dance floor before, Portia and Remy and Jonathan and Feist were going together and dancing before going and then taking off like a bunch of kids. And I mean, you see all that. You're up on the stage. You see all that.
So I will do what I do best, and I will do everything I can to fuck up in cock block Gerhardt and Portia.
Okay.
Oh my god!
I was waiting for this. This is the perfect evening.
So how do you accomplish this, Adnan? Tell us what happened. Spin the
Oh,
story.
quite simply, when Gerhardt's out there dancing by himself, I will introduce him as Waterdeep's most eligible bachelor. And when Portia's out there trying to put her swag on to Leaf, I will summon her up to the dance floor or up to the band to help sing and assist us in our musical performance.
You summoned me up there?
Oh yeah, quite
I-
persuasively, to the point that we won't play if you don't join us.
I almost feel like there need to be roles because I can't sing and I know I can't sing. How do you persuade me to come up there?
So
Sorry,
I
dude.
hang
am
on.
a-
So
like-
I am a
we also
persuasive
got to
son
figure
of
out.
a
Hang on. We also got to figure out some timetable here because the dances with Leaf have already happened.
Well, yeah.
So this
I'm
is
good with
as they're sitting down at the table and Gerhardt's walking off the dance floor, going back to the table. You're trying to get them back to the dance floor. Can't hear you, you muted or something. I hear
Can you hear me now?
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, watching that unfold is what started Adnan brainstorming into how to derail their plans for the evening. 'Cause
Okay.
they look like they're having too much fun.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that makes Adnan smile more than fucking up someone else's fun.
Okay, so in order to ruin Portia's night, you're calling Portia up to the band area.
Yes.
Give me a persuasion roll. with advantage as the crowd's like, Portia, 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 Portia.
Oh, you fucker.
This is the best.
I'm a very persuasive gentleman.
Oh, I know.
Portia, give me an insight roll.
Yeah, that was.
I mean,
like that.
you're here to party and have a good time. You can't let yourself be the reason why nobody else is having fun.
I kind of look at everybody at the table. I'm so sorry. Kaylin, that bitch, she's the one that could sing. I was just the bodyguard. But I know Adon would definitely stop the music. As I look, I'm not sure if it's longingly or disgustingly at the cake that Vice had plopped in front of me.
It is perfectly ball-shaped.
And I just kind of shake my head and go up to the bandstand while glaring daggers at Adnan. Like, I'm going to get you back for this, you fucking asshole. But I don't say it. I communicate it all via eyes.
That just makes me smile bigger than shit.
Oh man! So
And
so
when I
then
get up there,
Accomplished right there, baby.
when
Yeah,
I
but
get up
basically-
there, I whisper, I fucking hate you, and I'm gonna get your ass back for this. This is going to be terrible. So terrible. And you know it. I know it. Everybody fucking knows it. What song are we fucking singing? As I take my hand back off the mic and just kind of like, I need another drink for this.
So, okay, what's your plans for Gerhardt then at this moment? Because I feel like Gerhardt sees an opportunity where the chair next to Leaf is suddenly free and is like,
I was gonna say
Oh.
the only thing Gerhard would do in that situation would be to sidle up and say, "If you want to dance again, I am always ready for you."
So I would immediately then spring into my dialogue about Gerhardt being Waterdeep's most eligible bachelor who has just come back from the throes of the Mad Mage's king with spoils in his pocket looking for a fine lady suitor to settle down with for the evening and possibly for the future.
oh wow! All right,
My
so
God.
And then I will offer a shiny silver coin to the first lady that can swoo him off his feet.
okay, persuasion roll first of all, Adnan.
The best.
Okay. And then performance check from Adnan and Portia.
Okay, do you touch my necklace to activate my emissary of peace? To give
Okay.
myself a +5 to my charisma checks.
Boom!
And then we'll give me
Adnan loves
+5.
the stage.
He really does.
Thwarted but not embarrassed.
Let me hit +5 here. Oh my God!
Damn!
Oh,
You're but not embarrassed.
Christ.
Yes.
Like Meatloaf by the Dashboard Lights, we duet the fuck out of that song.
yes. We do. Oh my
All right,
gosh.
so as Portia's walking up and Adnan seeing Gerhardt making their way over, sitting down next to Leaf and leaning in to make that comment about wanting to dance again. Yeah, you're focused. So there's not gonna be an active check. Give me a athletics or acrobatics roll, Gerhardt.
Okay. All right. Oh. Well, how do you like them apples?
I find this very entertaining.
In the world. You
So
right back in a comment. It's ones only.
you roll this 21, and as you're leaning in and saying this to Leaf, you still feel yourself being picked up out of the chair, physically grabbed and lifted. As you are lifted up over this person's head, and this person turning to look at Adnan, saying, "Swept off feet! I win!"
And I
As-
so encourage this.
So you
I
guys see,
encourage it with coin from my pocket in ways that only a true thespian of the stage would.
as you all see, wearing this dark brown overalls, see these like knee-high boots, standing at like almost 8 feet tall, a dark greened half-orc woman who doesn't wear a shirt, so it's just these overalls, just barely covering the ample bosom that has lifted Gerhardt up and holding him above her as the money is being thrown from Adnan. She just pulls him in and starts to suffocate him as his head is buried into her cleavage as she aggressively stomps and dances around.
With the chair still
As though Gerhardt is a child being thrown around, as I rolled a 31 in crit.
Holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
hot.
No, I can't even say anything. Okay.
Hot.
No, you're just you just hear like
Best you could do is motorboat, son.
I was about to say it's just breath play now. I don't think you even get air in there to motorboat.
Yeah, no, well, hey, if I have no choice in the matter, might as well enjoy it. All right, here I am.
as the song is just going on, it's being sung, and people are now getting in and like going around the what they're saying is the cutest couple in Waterdeep, as the dances are going and the songs are going, and as that song ends, the crowd starts cheering, "Encore! Encore! 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 Encore!" and just starts making a beat with their hands.
Of
Glare at
course,
Adnan.
I play into that, and I give Portia a little nudge, and I tell them to clear the dance floor for Gerhardt and his new suitor, and we will rock this bitch out.
Last song, Adnan. Last song. I whisper.
Not as long as the crowd dictates it.
Gerhardt, as when the song ends, like you're pulled away, so you get an opportunity to take a breath again. Do you attempt to get free?
Yes.
Oh, please
Absolutely.
do.
Acrobatics
Please
or
do.
athletics roll, as she is not letting you go. Oh, bro.
Oh God. Well,
Oh,
luck had to
well.
run out.
Can I assist her with
You-
words of
you-
encouragement?
You don't need to assist her.
Okay.
As she pulls his head away from her cleavage and giving him an opportunity to breathe again, she seems to interpret his movements as wanting to switch positions in a dance routine, and just picks him up and like puts him over her shoulders and is just doing one of these numbers with him.
Jesus Christ. Send me back
And-
down into the dungeon.
Recognizing that her true infatuation with Gerhardt, it's only fitting that we play a slow song
Oh man, if
for
you're
them to
switched to
really emotionally connect with each other.
as soon as you
Oh.
change that, she just pulls him down. Really, Gerhardt, you feel a couple ribs pop in your back, like does the whole as you're pulled real snug and tight, as you're still being held up because again, she's 8 something tall, and she's just like your feet are just dangling as she just slowly, like big bear hug embrace, and just slowly turns around with you.
You know, Adnan, I hope you buy a whole bunch of potions because I'm never healing your ass again.
Neither
I
is
really-
Portia, I would bet.
I really
Oh.
talk up the love connection between them two with the group, the crowd as well.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's great to see Waterdeep's most eligible bachelor really find time to sit down with someone finally.
Um,
Just to salt Gerhardt's wound a little bit,
mhm, mhm.
I will in mid song I will grab the tambourine from Portia and be like, I got the rest of this song, and cut her loose.
Okay, so why don't
I
Remy?
finished the
Chaos
song.
Wingman. Chaos Wingman.
I need everybody except for Gerhardt, who's can't really see a whole lot right now, but dark green cleavage, to give me active perception checks.
The cake must be sobering me up.
I'm gonna burn a luck.
Okay. Go ahead and re-roll that, no?
It's the same roll.
Damn.
That's what I get for
The dice
stirring the
said
pot.
no. Not today, Satan.
I can be persuasive, but I can't be perceptive.
Hot stir.
So, I mean, all of you would notice, but only one of you knows where. But all of you notice that Leaf and Jonathan aren't here anymore. And to
All
the
this
one
time,
person, I
Jonathan
will
won.
whisper.
It wasn't enemies to lovers the whole time. Rivals to lovers.
We were just background players in their novel.
NPCs in that whole anime. It was meant to be.
It was a fun game, though.
It was a fun game. Good time.
It's really Remy that snuck off with Leaf and Jonathan.
Threesome.
That's all
I
I'm
mean-
being put for.
I mean, it's Leaf, so he's a threesome by himself. With a partner, it's a foursome. Yes, those double doors.
Okay.
Like, you didn't see what happened after they went through, because that's the hallway that has, like, the rooms and whatnot. And but yes, those
But
are
this
the
wouldn't
those.
register as odd to Feist at all. So
No.
yeah. Okay. Cool.
But when the second song ends, the really tall woman like pulls Gerhardt away, sets him down, gives him a good pat on the shoulders, goes, "You too small for me," and stomps off away.
I do not want an egg with you.
Oh, I
so-
gotta change the size of the incubator for that.
Do we all notice that Leaf and Jonathan leave?
Yeah, no. So you know that they're not here. You don't know when they left or where they went. You just know that they're not at the table anymore.
I'm gonna head back to the table at this point.
I do head back to the table as well.
Yep.
And I wait for about 10 minutes.
Noticing that they're gone, I would take that as a sign to start the closing process for the bar. They're playing the last song before light. Yeah.
Is it that time to close?
I don't know, but they disappeared, so it must be.
Dude,
Have you ever known Leaf to leave the bar while it's got working hours going?
he could be in the kitchen.
He is in the kitchen.
What time? Do I know what time it is?
Give me an intelligence ability check. Anybody who wants to know what time it is, give me an intelligence ability check.
Don't you dare close down the bar. If you're done, walk away. Don't close down the bar.
Remy, of course, no.
Okay, so I will say that Remy's gonna know what time it is. Portia and Adnan, you would know that the food stopped being served at about 10. That's when the kitchen closed. Remy, you know that it's after midnight.
I go find Fosrin.
That old dragonborn is not around. He done went 9-9 a long time ago.
Okay, so one of the bartenders.
Okay, so you go up to the bar. You see Susan is behind the bar starting to clean up, and Harvey is saying, "Last call, everyone. We're gonna be closing up here soon."
Never mind. Hi, Harvey. You just answered my question. I wanted to make sure that Adnan wasn't pre-closing down the band.
Normally, we would stay open, but Leaf is offering breakfast, and so we're closing a bit early.
Okay. Do you need any help?
We were specifically told not to let any of you help.
And let me guess,
So-
you find
so
Leaf more
please-
scary
please-
than me.
Please do not put us in that difficult position. And yes, Leaf is more scary than you.
This is a completely weird concept to me. So I just kind of
Portia's journey
Walk
of self-discovery today is hilarious because everybody else in the party knows, except for Gerhard, that Leaf is scarier than Portia.
I don't find you
Actually,
scary.
that's probably what turns Gerhardt on a little bit.
What's
Alright,
love with a little bit of danger?
So I go back to the table and I'm like, okay, if this was the last song, let's go dance it up one more time before we go to bed. Let's go. And
you can see this place is significantly less crowded now. As the music starts to die down, Susan and a couple others are going around making sure tables are cleaned off, and that fucking Janet, Honey Blossom, just keeps cleaning her little bit around and fucking it's like fucking magic. It's like her broom has prestidigitation or some shit on it. It just sparkles behind her. And people just pass and move around and don't get in her way as she starts cleaning things up.
okay. I think I do one more dance before I retire and let the staff do their job.
Okay.
So I do pull Remy and Feist. And Gerhardt, are you still at the table?
Yeah.
I pull you too. I may hate your guts right now, but you're coming for a group dance.
Truly family.
Why
Truly
hate
family.
Gerhard? Gerhard just wants to love.
I do not tell Gerhardt that I hate his guts right now. I just pull you out to the dance floor.
As you guys,
Pass. Not
as you all are dancing, Susan comes over And she goes, before Leaf left, he told me to tell you all the passphrase to get to your rooms. What's
that'd be great.
So when you go out these double doors here, the first door on the left, if you just say Peko Kalo, the door should open for you. And he said that the floors above have not yet been updated, so you should know where your rooms are, and if you're new, pick one. But have a good evening.
Thank you, Susan.
What did she say? Paper Kalo?
I'll make sure we get in. Peko Kalo.
I need that.
It was
typed
Elvish.
out.
Ekokalo. It's in the game
Peko
notes
Kalo.
channel.
Okay.
Guess never heard that before? It's Elvish.
What does it mean?
I don't
It-
speak
it
Elvish,
mean-
Adnan.
It means
Shh,
enter.
don't say
Enter?
anymore. Shh. I loud whisper. Shh.
Do I speak Elvish?
I
No,
don't.
actually.
It
A
means
lot of
it is. It means it is time for bed. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Gerhard goes to bed.
As the
Yes.
crowd's filtering out, I will get on the stage and thank them all for coming out and for listening to King Adnan and his merry gentleman as we played music tonight, and wish them the best of nights.
Alright. Good job, Adnan. I have to go to the butcher in the morning, so I'm going to bed. Adnan, I'm gonna need money. I scramble back to Adnan. Adnan.
Why do you come to me for money?
Because you have the money.
She knows better than to ask me.
If
gotta
you
get-
remember, I give my money to the bag of holding.
No, I don't remember. So
I don't
I
keep- I don't keep my
Bye.
money on me.
Okay, but it's your stash that I'm asking for so I can get meat. You already got my last 2 months worth of wages from here.
And I bought you the shield also.
Yeah, that's the last 2 months worth of wages from here that you are receiving. I need to buy meat.
I mean, really, I would say probably Tegan's the one that would be most vested in giving you that money. If Henry doesn't eat, it's his ass on the line.
Fine, I'll just get the crappy meat from the butcher. Piss off the big fat lion as I walk back towards our quarter.
Man, good thing he's not around to hear he's a big fat lion.
Big gorgeous
Make sure I
lion.
climb in Leviathan. I'm not leaving Leviathan downstairs.
Adnan doesn't make mental note to go buy the premium meat from the butcher tomorrow. Give to Henry so that Henry does not eat them.
Do you tell me this at all?
No, of course not.
Oh,
It's not.
mental
So
note.
smart.
Mental note.
He's doing it.
Mental note. He's thinking, you know what? This is a great idea. Get Henry on my side. Brilliant. Well played, sir. Well played. So you guys say the magic word, go upstairs. Remy finds a room. You guys go to sleepy time?
Before I go to bed, Feist is going to use the chocolate that's stuck on their fingers to, like, they're going to tear so they did some drawings about one incubator and then another set of incubator, and they're going to stick those on the wall with the chocolate. And then they're also going to pull out this drawing of Leaf, 3 leaves dancing around Gearheart with sketches or marks on the side about how that could be incorporated into Leviathan's capabilities, and stick that up on the wall. And then go to bed. Still probably getting chocolate all over their bed.
Is there anything anybody else wants to do?
I feel
Yep.
like I've done
Not at
enough
this time of
damage for the
night.
night.
Jesus Christ.
I call Henry back in.
Stop.
Do climb up there real quick, make sure he's there.
He's there. He's actively snoring on the roof. It is a nice night.
Is it?
It is. The stars are out. It's a nice clear night. It's a little warm. It's a nice night.
Okay. I change out of my dress and I do go up and enjoy the night for like 10-15 minutes. Make sure he's really asleep before I go back to bed.
Okay. So you change, put the dress away, go up, and kind of like just lay there. I assume with the big green lion.
Yes. Of course.
He's definitely asleep, or he's ignoring you really well. It's hard to tell, but it's very peaceful as you're laying here, probably contemplating this evening, and after your 10 or 15 minutes, you go back down the ladder, go back to your room, shut the door, crawl into bed, and you hear a knock at your door.
Okay. I open up the door.
You see Leaf.
You took off the sexy dress.
You see Leaf standing there in a bit more dressed down.
Is
and
this physical leaf or manifestation leaf?
Do you reach out to touch him?
Yes.
It's a warm body.
Okay. Just had to make sure that it was physical leaf. Not a
He
manifestation
goes,
leaf.
Could you
that was different. Can I come in?
Yes. And I step aside, let him in.
Okay. What is the state your room is in?
Oh shit! I've had a big lion, a not racy, but a quick bath and change. It's not horrible. I didn't mean racy, but quick bath.
A racy bath?
Like,
Grrr.
but it's not dirty because I haven't been here. But I imagine I've got some clothes thrown around from when I was trying to. I haven't gotten those out yet. From when I was getting dressed earlier.
Okay. So not a complete mess. Just someone who looked like they were trying on different things and left in a hurry and just hasn't had time to put things back away.
Correct.
Okay. So you let him in. He has this candle with him. He sets the candle like on dresser or nightstand, whatever you imagine in your room. Is there just the bed to sit on, or is there? Do you have like a little table and chairs? Like, what does your room? What does your furnishings of your room look like?
I would definitely say when you like first walk in that I do have like a sitting area that's got a couple couches and a table, and then there's one of those room dividers where I have like my bed and my dresser in the back. But the room divider, I imagine with having Henry in here, I might have things kind of moved to make sure that he doesn't make room for a huge lion.
Okay.
So
in that case, then he'll put the candle on the table and sit on the couch, and he'll just gesture right next to him with a couple of pats.
I very cautiously go and sit.
You can see that.
And my body language is very much that of being unsure because of part of the conversation we had earlier.
Sure. You can see now that like he's wearing he doesn't have a vest on, which is you've never seen him without a vest on. So it's just that white cotton shirt. The top of the V, which is usually laced up, is unlaced. It's a bit of a longer shirt. So he's clearly in night kind of clothes. He's not dressed up. He is definitely dressed down. And you can see that on his left hand, on his middle finger, there is a ring. and he twirls that ring a little bit and gestures with the hand, and you see that he seems to like after he gestures, he seems to like reach into something. You see his hand like disappear into this strange bend in the atmosphere there, and he pulls out Ever the server a pitcher of some kind, a couple of cups, and then pulls out this like I want to say like this brown wrapped package almost that he sets down, twists the ring again, and gestures the opposite direction, and you see that warpage dissipate. And the brown package has this twine on it that he undoes, opens this brown package, and you can see that there is a box that he opens up this box and sets that next to this pitcher and these couple of cups. And he lifts up the pitcher and he pours into both cups. And he goes, "Cookie?" as he gestures towards the box. And he moves a cup over to you. "A bit of spiced hot chocolate."
Okay.
And he reaches in the box, he pulls out a cookie, takes a bite, takes a drink of the spiced hot chocolate, sets everything down.
I go ahead and I grab a cookie, take and eat and drink. And like I'm on the couch, but like I'm still very like not sure on So are you here to yell at me or take me up on my offer?
I'm here because I'm concerned. So I'm not sure.
Okay. So I get up and I sit on the other couch. Okay. Let me hear it.
You... How was it different this time?
Not all-consuming. My thoughts are still my thoughts. There's not an uncontrollable rage.
As you're talking and saying this, he gets up and moves closer to you to sit next to you.
Okay.
Okay. High or low, Portia?
What? Hi.
So when he sits down next to you, as you're saying this, his almost not... How do I know? Almost naturally, he puts his hand on your thigh.
Okay.
And he looks very intently at you. And with the dim light of that candle that he did bring, and the turquoise, his eyes themselves have always had a strange luminescence to them. Even after being reborn, if you will, they're definitely a strange color. And it's as he's this close that you realize that his hair's not in a braid. How he normally has it always pulled back and in this braid, because as he's leaned forward, you see a bit of it fall from his shoulder, like into his eyes, or into his face. And he seems to be leaning closer to you. What do you do?
At this point, I keep babbling about how it's different this time because I'm so just like concerned that he doesn't believe me. That I don't know if I'm picking up on any of the cues. So I just keep
Okay.
babbling. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Portia, high or low?
Hi.
Okay. He pulls away. And he readjusts the hair back. And he just looks at you and he goes, as long as you're sure. Only you know what can happen with multiple things like that. I just worry for you. And he turns to grab his cup and take another drink. Sets the cup down, looks around. Where is this infamous lion? Be aggressive. Be aggressive. That's what I'm hearing from Adna typing it.
That's exactly what I was trying to
That's
type.
what whenever you said the cheerleader tone, that's what happened to my head. It's funny. Where?
I know I'm pulling a misery. Sorry, not sorry.
Uh, what kind?
Depends on if he's accepting for it or not.
I can't spell, but you'll understand what I'm saying.
But she goes in passionately if he allows her to.
Okay.
Well, that's no fair if you guys are gonna do all the sexting and whispers. I want to
can't
hear about it.
Do it. I
Right?
can't. I can't. Okay.
So-
I'm sorry.
Well-
It's a boundary for me.
High or low?
Oh, fuck my life. Hi.
Oh dear God, low.
Okay.
Go low, go low.
So, as he pulls away, saying what he said about how he's just concerned for you, you know, there's definitely that that sense that's like, you know, you're your own person. He's not trying to be a parental figure by any mean. There is genuine concern in his body language. He takes that drink, he sets it down, and as he turns back to you, that you take that moment to climb up into his lap and give him a passionate kiss. And when that kiss breaks, when you both come back for air, he goes, I think I'm here for that second option. And he just stands up, lifting you with him as the two of you make your way over to your bed. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode of
Beautiful.
Waterdeep Adventures.
Beautiful. Fucking
Voila,
send it.
voila.
Send it.
She won the joust. She won
I
the joust.
really thought Gear was gonna win that joust there for a second. I really did. I really was not expecting him at my
I think
bed.
he might have, except Adnan stepped in as the most chaotic wingman I have ever seen.